truck?
Yes, sir.
Markieff, what is it about this Laker team here in the bubble, particularly in the postseason, that's allowed you guys to bounce back, that's allowed you to bounce back after losses?
It's the will to win, man. Like I always say, we have great leaders. Before this game, LeBron texted us and said it's a must-win. You know what I mean? Go out there, put everything on the court. And if you check the Lakers' record throughout the year, we haven't lost any back-to-back games all year. So, no, that was the emphasis. Come out, play as hard as possible, and this was a must-win game.
Markieff, it looked like after halftime, it seemed like the whole shift was about defense.
Right.
And can you talk about what happened at halftime and what you guys started to depend on and how you guys started to sit down defensively, especially AD?
We made our couple adjustments before the game. We had a couple lackadaisical plays, a couple, airhead plays, but we came through. We pushed through it. At half, I think they had about 50 points. So, 25 for both quarters, not bad for us. We couldn't allow Jimmy to get 40 again. We did a great job. KCP, Danny, all night did a great job running the shooters off the three-point line, and we finished the game. And we still can be better, and we know that. And we know we still got another step to get there. And we know it's going to be tough to win the championship, but we all for it.
In which area are you saying Markieff better?
Defensively, offensively.
Okay.
We should be scoring 120 a game. That's our game. We fast break basketball. Our defense is what we hung our hat on tonight, and. Next game, I think we're going to come out the same way. I know we're going to come out the same way.
You thought your biggest challenge tonight was going up against the Miami Heat. I present to you Charles Barkley, trying to ask you a question now. Here we go, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, man.
Hey, Markieff, let me ask you a question.
No, Chuck, let me get this out. Well, Mom kills me. She said, that story you telling in Phoenix, stop telling that story. It ain't true. She said when she sees you. Hey. She gonna walk up to you and she gonna tell you, stop telling that damn story, Chuck. All right? All right, your turn.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I cannot wait to meet your mom. I've been on you and your brother for a long time. When I call y'all the law firm, I love y'all, got respect for you. My question is, when you come in the game, are you concentrating on being physical or intimidating? Because those are two different things.
Both. I know.
Both?
This, this basketball. No, not many people know me off the court, but on the court, we intimidate. It's just what we are. You know what I mean? So that's usually to my advantage. So I'm coming to be physical. I'm coming to follow the hell out you, and I'm coming to change the game with energy. I'm old school, Chuck, man. I just play in this new basketball area, man. I'm old school.
I like it.
Hey,
I
Keith,
like it. I love it.
I tell you, Keith, I had the pleasure of coaching your brother. Mook is one. I tell you what, he was really one of my favorite guys, because I tell you what, he'd always come in and say, Coach, I need to play more. I said, you got to keep on working, young fella. You got to keep on working. He worked so hard, man. He got in our rotation. I admired him, and every time I see him now, I get a big smile on my face. That young man's a worker. I know it must come in the family, because you work too. Hey, when LeBron starts playing downhill, you got the ability to make the three and keep everything spread. When he starts playing downhill, does that just kind of activate you guys to get ready, because you know good shots are coming?
For sure. All series, they've been giving us wide open shots. I think we done got up 40 3-pointers twice or three times this series. Nobody can stop LeBron coming to the hole. You know what I mean? They need the entire team to stop LeBron to get to the basket. And that's when we just got to, man up and make some shots. This is the finals, and, big-time shots is going to come our way. KCP hit one tonight. He hit two, actually, a corner three and a drive to the hole late, and that's what we need.
We've seen you and you can score all over the court, and you can get from the post, the wings, and everything. But it seems like on this team, you're just playing at the 45-foot angle. You set the pick and get back to the left or the right. Has it been different, kind of just adjusting where you shoot from and becoming a specialist, even though you're used to scoring all around the court?
Somewhat. The game has changed. So on this team, you got to be able to fill a role. I know I'm not going to get the ball in the post, maybe one time every 3-4 games. So I got to adjust my game. I got to get in the gym. I got to shoot open threes, because I'm going to get 5 to 6 open looks a night. That's just what the NBA is, man. You got to adjust to be able to stay on the court, on the floor every night, especially with these great players, man. Got to be able to adjust.
Is it me? So, Keith, I got a question for you. I got a question. Okay, number one, I can't wait to meet your mom. But my question is threefold. Is the story Okay, was it Applebee's or Fridays, or the story's not true at all?
The story not true at all. It was never. This didn't happen.
And by the way, that's twofold. That's not
That's
threefold.
three.
You gotta keep track.
This was a
That's
made-up story.
threefold,
This
man.
never
That's
happened.
threefold.
Hey, Markieff,
happened.
can I get a
Listen,
serious
story,
question
Chuck.
into you, Markieff? All right, because I covered you in Washington before you were on this championship run. How great does it feel to be one win away from possibly winning a title?
It's amazing, man. I've been to playoffs maybe 3 times in my career. This time is the first time I really felt like we had a real legit shot to win the championship. We know it's going to be hard. I'm excited, man. One more game. We got to give everything we got. We go in the record books for history, man, and that's what it's about, man. Being the Laker and, winning the championship. You can't ask for more.
Well, Markieff, we appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, hold on, sir.
We're glad you settled that.
Hold on. No. I got to ask another question. Wait, hold on. So, Chris Miles.
Yeah.
Chris Miles, you know I love you, right?
Yeah, Chuck.
So your question was, as a guy who never won the championship, your question was, you're one game away from the championship, or you playing for the damn Washington Wizards? That was your serious question?
Hey, Chuck, Markieff's going to get to know what it's like to win a ring, though, okay?
No. But that was his question. Hey, like I say, I never won the championship. And she's like, well, let me get back to a serious question. You're one game away for the championship. How different is that playing for the damn Washington Wizards? And that's a serious question.
Hey, Markieff, just so you know, when you played for the Wizards, I had to deal with Chuck with this all the time, too.
Well, Markieff, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. I got
you.
y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
We'll go back to you guys in Atlanta. We'll come back in.
I mean, he's obviously a terrific, but he's at the end of his career. Man, don't become just a stand-in 3 shooter. First of all, that's your talent, that's your skill, but learn how to dribble the damn basketball so you can help your team. And so they just put one guy, say, I'm just going to stand next to this guy, because that takes you out the game.
See, Webb, let
me just finish up one thing, Chris, on that one.
Okay, Kevin.
Chuck, I agree with Chuck 100%. You'll have guys defending him, Chuck, on the perimeter. They'll be behind him. They'll have a handoff, and then the guy doesn't dribble it. They just let the guy get back in front of him. Well, I mean, if a guy's standing behind me at the three-point line, I'm just going to just take it downhill. And they don't do it. They wait because there's just no ability. And another thing, I don't want to harp on today's players because I love the game. Drive and kick. I mean, look, I'm looking at 2 great big man passers in Chuck and Chris. I mean, but everybody in my era, you had to put the damn ball on the floor, put it on once or twice, and if a guy came, you threw it to the guy we came from. It wasn't that difficult. But you don't see guards, Chris, making plays. They just have guys trailing them at the three-point line and stopping.
Well, that's a great point, Kevin, and looking at the other end of the floor in the sense that Anthony Davis had 4 assists. Yeah, that doesn't jump off the page, but that's a big creating shots for others. And see, Webb, when I look at LeBron, we've gotten this far without talking about his game. 28 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. He had those 5 turnovers in the first half, just 1 in the second half. See, Webb, I know he's a perimeter player, but he's played in this series a lot on the interior, creating for others. What was the difference between LeBron in the first half and then in the second half, particularly how he took care of the ball?
Well, I think the difference was it was the way the Lakers were playing. When the Lakers get out in transition, it's a whole different game. And so he got easy layups in transition. He got to the bucket and he got to play downhill. The Lakers aren't great in half-court sets necessarily, especially late in the game. But when they're in the passing lanes, when they're getting steals, when they're getting deflections and rebounds, they're getting it out to the big fella, and he's finishing it. So the first half, it was more of a half-court game. And the second half, he got to play a little bit downhill and got out on some fast breaks. And you can't stop Brown when he gets on the break.
Another guy that really stood out in the game in the sense of making plays, like Chuck, you said there are plays that are made that we don't, recognize because they happened earlier in the game. I think Markieff Morris, when the Lakers were down 6, it was 39-33, and he made a key pass inside, then hit a big 3. How big of a pivotal moment was that, considering the Lakers' offense was sputtering a bit, and it was Markieff Morris making some big plays?
Well, see, I think that, Shaq, number one, who I love to death, he always talk about the others. The others have to just don't screw up. Listen, when I'm playing against C. Webb or Kevin McHale, so I got McHale, Bird, and Parrish. This is the greatest front line ever. Listen, Dennis Johnson.